What we're going to do is we're going to build a 15,000 square foot building right here with offices and a kitchen and storage. And in the back there, we're going to build about 40 16-foot tall storages to store equipment and disaster preparedness, generators, stuff, tents, generators, whatever we learned from the Caldor fire, we want to be prepared and ready to respond.
All right, everyone, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for this monumental event, the groundbreaking of the new Emergency Resource Center. My name is Colette Teal. I am the president of the Shingle Springs Cameron Park Chamber of Commerce, and here with me is Angela Nicholson with the El Dorado Hills Chamber of Commerce. And this was a joint effort along with the Shingle Springs Band of Miwok Indian Tribal Fire as well. So we are all here to support Mike and his efforts with this new Emergency Resource Center. And I, for one, is so excited as a resident of Cameron Park, and knowing after speaking with Mike about his vision, what the Resource Center is going to accomplish in our county, we all should be very thankful for his efforts. The Caldor fire definitely showed us some of our resources were lacking and some holes that were in the system, and Mike found what those were and decided to do something and take action. So thank you, Mike, from me, my board, the community, all of the business members, for putting forth this incredible resource center. And now I'm going to turn it over to Angela Nicholson with the El Dorado Hills Chamber.
Thank you, Colette, and thank you everyone for coming out here to celebrate this very special occasion this evening. I echo everything that Colette shared. We are so happy to be here to help celebrate this monumental event. The beginnings of the food bank of El Dorado County actually began this month in the year 2000. And ever since then, about that time, they've become a member of our El Dorado Hills Chamber of Commerce. And our entire mission is to go after the why, whether that be for our business partners, our nonprofits, how we can help support. And this effort, these 2 decades, have been the perfect example of how an organization is here to help support our county, being that resource. Hidden hunger is a word out there, as well as emergency food programs. I believe it was over $3 million. That is on an average donation for emergency food services out of this very building to those at-risk individuals and families and groups. And we are just so happy to have that leadership here from Mr. Mike Sproul. So big round of applause if I may throw up his way again. And I would just also, I know that this is an effort of this magnitude is certainly a collaborative one. So there are so many people here to recognize, and you'll be hearing from them very shortly. And we just are so happy to be a part of our county, working with our elected officials, our fellow businesses, our fellow nonprofits, to really make this a reality and be that resource in El Dorado County that we are so strong to offer. So thank you again for coming, and looking forward to having this wonderful, wonderful ceremony ahead. Thank you, Colette.
Thank you, Angela. Supervisor Turnbull, you're next on the agenda. I always have to preface this with all the politicians. We're trying to keep it short and sweet. 5 minutes.
Mike, come here.
You should just stay up.
Yeah, you might as well. Mike and I have worked really hard together to help these people in Grizzly Flat. One of the biggest things, when that fire broke out that next day, he said, I called him, and he said, what can I do to help? So we made sure we had water out there for those people in Grizzly Flat and food. They were impacted a lot by that fire. But also the evacuation centers. We went to all the evacuation centers to help all these people. So we had a vision, and this vision is coming together tonight. And that vision is to start this Emergency Disaster Resource Center. It's going to be a great thing, because we're going to be able to have water totes, especially when people have no water. There's going to be food stored. There's going to be blankets, flashlights, all the stuff that we need to make this disaster center prosperous in our county. But also, we can help those in other counties as well. This is going to be a great thing. And Mike, we kind of strategized a little bit on this, and we're making this dream come true. You want to talk about it?
It's pretty simple with me. I've been here for quite a while, and I've got, like, I think, a triple master's degree in politics, you know. A lot of people don't get along. They take sides. This gang and that gang. What I'm proud about tonight is this is an effort as a collaborative effort. And you've got the state here, you've got the feds here, you've got the local county here, you've got the tribe here, you've got all of them. And this is going to be a project where we don't disagree with each other, but we all work together to make this happen. So that's what I'm most proud of, is being able to put everybody together under one program and make it work.
So like I say, this is going to be a great thing for our county, but also all the surrounding counties too. Because when there's a disaster, we can make sure that we can get this out to them. So it's a great thing.
Thank you, George. Wow, you did great on the timeline. Next up, I'd like to ask Shalisa Horvat with Assemblyman Kevin Kiley's office. Mike, I think she has something for you. I told you you should just stay up here. Unless you need some extra steps today going back and forth.
I always come prepared. Thank you very much, Colette. Yes, so my name is Shalisa. I am here representing Assemblyman Kevin Kiley. It's a pleasure to be here today to recognize and celebrate the groundbreaking ceremony for the Emergency Resource Center. As we all know, the Caldor fire that this county faced last year was absolutely devastating. However, it has been inspiring to see the county and the community rally around each other in recovery efforts and to provide help wherever possible to those affected. I believe this center will serve to fortify the incredible resilience of this county, as well as to strengthen the community's response in times of crisis. Therefore, I would like to commend the Food Bank of El Dorado County, as well as community partners, for their leadership on this project, as well as for their dedication to preparing for and serving our communities during local emergencies. Therefore, it is on behalf of Assemblyman Kevin Kiley and the California State Legislature that I would like to present this certificate of recognition in honor of this groundbreaking ceremony. So congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Shalisa. All right, let's look at it. Kimberly, you want to come on up? We have Kimberly Pruitt with Congressman McClintock's office.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me this evening. And on behalf of Congressman McClintock, I want to be here to honor Mike, the food bank, the county, and also to thank the Shingle Springs, the Miwok tribe here. This collaboration, this Emergency Resource Center is the first one that we have in our district. That is amazing. With all of the natural disasters, the wildfires that we've had throughout the last several years, to have something like this where the community comes together, acts in a time of need, and has a place that we can go immediately to service the community is such an amazing accomplishment, and we are really proud to support this. And whatever the congressman can do to help with funding or any type of resource that we can do here to help, we are there. The congressman, as you know, sits on the Natural Resources Committee, and we are working very, very hard right now on policies to help with these wildfires and these natural disasters, and to be able to talk about the accomplishments that you've made here in El Dorado County during these disasters and use this as an example for the rest of the communities that we represent. Thank you. And Mike, on behalf of Congressman McClintock, I have a certificate of congressional recognition and celebration of this special day, and we're really, really proud of El Dorado County and for everything that you're doing here.
Great. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Next, I'm going to ask Gary Dietrich from Citizens Voice to come on up.
Hello. Thank you, ladies. Well, most of you have the misfortune of seeing me on the radio and seeing me on the TV, hearing me on the radio, and my roles with KFBK, KGO Radio, CBS 13. But many of you may not know a deep passion in my heart. It came when I was down in Katrina. And when we came back, and after that devastation of 1,800 people dead, 5,000 kids separated from their parents, and billions of dollars in damage, we partnered with our local Red Cross and created a project that I'm here to make a very significant announcement in regards to today in El Dorado County. You know, 15 years ago, how many of you remember the Angora fire? Look at every hand go up. The first really major fire that got national television attention, because it was right there, of course, near South Lake Tahoe. We just happened providentially to be with a major church Sunday before. We raised $25,000 for what I'm going to tell you about today, the Safely Out Project. But why is El Dorado County significant? Because it was 15 years ago this summer that the very first Safely Out kids, and you'll be able to take a look at what's in them right over there this evening, went out door to door on the fire lines and at this community meeting with 800 people in it, many of whom came out tears streaming down their faces. They had, some of them, nothing left. Some of them were worried that within the next few weeks they would have nothing left. And they each got a Safely Out kit. So this project was literally birthed in this county. Since that time, we have been all over California. Hundreds of thousands of these have been distributed. The RAND Corporation, the most prestigious think tank in the country, we are very honored to have them select us as a best practice nationwide. I've been to hurricane zones in Houston, Texas, and in Florida the last few years, rode out Hurricane Irma in the eye of the hurricane in Sarasota. But here tonight I want you to know that before a shovel of dirt is turned, we are proud to announce tonight that we are partnering with the food bank. And I got to tell you something, I love these people, okay? Seriously. I came to the Capitol 35 years ago, and I got to say something. Having worked in the Senate Assembly, campaigns for the state of the president, so yada, yada, yada. When I walked into this place, it's not easy to impress Gary Dietrich. I was impressed. I was even more impressed when I sat down with Mike, and George Turnbow, as the guy said, you got to meet this guy, Mike's pal, okay? I did, and now they say the rest is history. Because tonight, we have brought two parts to this, by the way. I'm going to end with this. These kits, you'll see all the components over there, are intended to help the vulnerable safely evacuate during disasters. Who are the vulnerable? Anybody that would have difficulty getting themselves out. In the Paradise Fire, 89 people died. Almost to a person. They were frail elderly people that could not evacuate themselves. We just had 4 people die in the McKinney Fire. They too, elderly people. All right? So here's the key. We need what first responders call a force multiplier. That is, we're never going to have enough white hats to go around. I can tell you story after story of that all over the country that people have told us. Fire chiefs, police chiefs, others. So here's the deal. We all become first responders with Safely Out. By helping to evacuate our vulnerable neighbors, 3 main groups. Yes, the frail elderly, people with disabilities, families with young children. So we have now announced tonight, we're going to have 5,000 of these kits going out through partners starting right here. As soon as we raise the $50,000 to do that, we have already raised, as of tonight, 10,000 of that. Yeah, you can clap for that. Because I want to introduce you to the entities that have done that, and then tell you what you're going to be able to pick up tonight, and I'm done. First, let me point out the fact that Folsom Automall, they're not here tonight. They give $2,500 to this effort. Brenda Gallion, the CEO of 5 Star Restoration, likewise into this effort. Bayside Church, represented by Sean Sanasarian and Darlene Long, also contributed to this. And Remax Gold and Century 21, all of these people local, represented tonight by Bill Campbell, who's at Remax Gold, have put that money into the pot. And tonight, those are going to be produced by Pride Industries, people with disabilities that do that work. But tonight we have 1,000 door hangers. These are going to go out and what we call congregate settings, group homes, schools, whatever. We have those right here tonight to hand to Mike so that he and his dozens of nonprofit partners can do that. So preparedness is going to start even before the ground gets turned. Thank you so much. Come on, find out more here tonight.
Thank you so much. We have a little change in our agenda, so next I'm going to introduce John Tayaba with the Shingle Springs Band of Miwok Indians Tribal Fire. Give them a hand, they're working hard.
Texas, Kachihima, Kanioyase, John Tayaba, and the Shingle Springs Band of Miwok Indians. Hello, my name is John Tayaba. Hello, my name's John Tayaba. I'm from the band of Miwok. You all know where I'm from. Y'all scaring me right now. So, Mike asked me to come here and talk to y'all. And I think this is something great that he talked about and we all talked about. And all the cooperators that are here and all the agencies that are coming together. So, with that said, you know, my goal is when I come out, I like to give a blessing. I like to you know, give a song. Songs are blessings to us. And the song that I'm going to give is the Eagle Song. The Eagle Song is because it's a national bird, so everybody can relate to that. Everybody understands what that bird means and the strength and what it is and how it makes you feel special. You know, when we're out there and have the opportunity to see an eagle out there, we all feel special. We all go home and we say something about it. We all, hey, you know, we got to see that. That brings us that specialness. That brings us that. So what I'm saying is that strength that everybody comes together here and do what we're doing to, you know, take care of our people. That's what it's all about. You know, I think we all need to have that blessing. So. Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Yogemana Yogemana Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Yogemana Yogemana Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Yogemana Yogemana Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Mahadanana Panahaya Chohilemana Yogemana Yogemana Chohilemana. So what that means is that eagle's up there flying around for you. You see him, he's like, hey, there he is. So thanking him. He's protecting him.
Well, the biggest thing, this emergency disaster center, it actually came about because Mike and myself from the Dorado County Food Bank, we were delivering food to these people, the residents in Grizzly Flat, especially water. Water was one of the biggest issues there. Besides, they needed food too. And also, all these centers that they had all over the county and stuff, we delivered food there too to help them. And evacuation centers. And you know, it's a great thing, and we came up with this idea to make sure that when we have another disaster that's in El Dorado County, that we have all the stuff there, like blankets and flashlights and food and water totes, all the different stuff that we need if we do have another disaster in El Dorado County. And to make sure that this is already here and we can get right to the fire victims and the people that are impacted by these disasters.
On behalf of the food bank, we really do appreciate everybody that has come out here to lend their support, whether it's been a volunteer, a government official, We could not have done this without you guys.
And now we're just going to take a minute on the count of 3. They're going to pick up their shovels and break some dirt. 1, everybody. 2, 3. Fantastic. Way to go. Mike, what is the completion estimated? Is it fall of next year, 2023? Am I being really...
Depends how the county gets permits out, but I'd figure we'll have this done by fall of next year.
Fantastic. We can't wait. And remember, as a community member, they are looking for volunteers when this gets established. And on behalf of the El Dorado Hills Chamber, the Shingle Springs Chamber, and the Band of Miwok Indians, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and keep the support coming for Mike and the food bank.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for coming.